So, are we ready?
Welcome to Digimon Ghost Game, The Call of Cthulhu.
It really is, just straight up. This week on Ghost Game, it's happening, Office GIF. This week on Ghost Game, Kano Weissmon makes a sanity save and actually succeeds somehow.
I think?
I'm pretty sure that's literally meant to be a sanity check, because turns out, Call of Cthulhu apparently actually is pretty big in Japan.
Oh.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so, did you get that image?
Which image?
The dice?
Oh yeah, I think I saw that in the D&D thing.
Yeah. I mean, do you have it
Yeah,
for
I
the...
saw that, yeah.
Yeah, do you have it for the stream?
Oh, I forgot to copy it over, I really should've.
Okay. Well, basically, like, so all this Cthulhu stuff's happening. We're getting fishmen and, like, creepy fog and, like, voices in people's heads and stuff. And then there's a moment where Can of Icebind gets like stuck in an illusion. Basically, it's like a sanity effect, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, Hover Espimon throws like these really sour treats into his mouth, and like it cuts to a shot of dice rolling. And I thought it was like a 100, which is bad in Call of Cthulhu, but it might be 001, which would be a crit success.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because that's how it works, is it? You have, like, the percentile dice, and it's, like, one's the... Yeah, okay, yeah.
Low rolls are good in Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So, yeah,
This week
like
on... Sorry, go ahead.
It just cuts to the dice roll with no... And then it's not talked about at all again. Like, it's totally that they're just making a reference to the Call of Cthulhu tabletop game.
Hopefully Ghost will be the series 10 on 69, but the episode summaries after 66 came out. Oh, did the episode summaries after 66 out? I don't know. It might be ending sooner than we're expecting. It seems like we're getting into endgame, and nothing has really happened until this episode, but sure.
Yeah, so I think I mentioned some bad news before we started streaming. What it is, or what I've heard, is that there's only a few episodes left.
Okay.
There's only a few episodes left, and I think we're going on a couple-week hiatus.
Oh, alright, yeah. So it's like
March,
next week won't be the next, like, episode then?
I don't think so. Check Crunchyroll this weekend to check, but that's what I've heard. I've heard that there's going to be a hiatus for like 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah. If that is the case, then we'll just do 3 episodes of Data Squad at a time then, just blast through it, I guess.
Yeah, if we do 2 weeks of 3 episodes, we can get back on to doing like... So like we did like 19, 20, and then like, if we do 3, we'll do 21, 22, 23, and then 24, 25, 26, and then we'll be back on like even numbered episodes every 2.
Yeah.
It's just a thing I thought of. I don't know, maybe nobody cares.
Yeah, I think that's like fair, bro, because it's like, yeah, right, yeah. Man, how long has it been since we've done like 3 episodes of the same series back to back? Like, that was back during Shaman King.
Speaking of which, did the sequel series ever come out? Flowers or whatever? No, not Flowers.
So.
That was a side. Yeah. That was a side thing. I mean, whatever it is that involves Yo's son.
I don't believe so. I hadn't heard anything about it. Actually, crap, no, that's before Shaman King, because it's like, weren't we like doing Shaman King alongside like Digimon freaking Tamers or some crap, or am I like misremembering?
Maybe. I don't know. Still being worked on.
Yeah. Because that's kind of weak to... No, wait, was there a period of time where we were just doing 1 episode of Shaman King a week? Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, because we were doing it as it came out.
Man, how'd we just not have a side thing going? That's wild. Well, I guess with how much we had to talk about, it worked out, but still. Man, that
Yeah.
was crazy. I
Oh,
I can't
did you?
believe we did one episode of anime per podcast stream every week.
Yeah, yeah, I guess we just broke down the episodes more. I don't know. Did you happen to get a shot of like the crazy thing this guy does with his neck?
Ah, no, unfortunately not. But I did get this cool shot, which is way more ominous than it probably should look, but yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yes.
freaking good. So,
Just...
so I saw a post on Twitter. I don't remember what it said specifically, but so I think it was I think it was in Japanese, so it was like translated through the site. So I don't know how accurate it was, but they mentioned like a silhouette at the end, like of the episode. But I didn't notice anything.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't
I don't
even
know.
notice anything, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there was anything. I didn't see it, but there might not because it might have just been Twitter badly translating the tweet. But I had it in my head, and it's like, what if it's just like you can barely see Himekawa somewhere, like the woman from Try.
Jeez, that'd be wild.
That'd be pretty wild.
I mean, the Digimon multiverse is literally canon. Like, just straight up confirmed by the WonderSwan games, all of these series take place in a shared multiverse where, like, cross-dimensional travel doesn't really happen, but is possible.
Screw it, the Dark Ocean is connected to all universes.
Yeah, it might actually be. This might be the same Dagomon from 02. We don't know.
We don't know.
It seems like it is, yeah.
Just cutting to the end of the episode, I just realized there's no explanation for what happened in the end. Like, they seal up Dagomon, and that's that. There's no explanation for how they did it or whatever.
Yeah, it just sort of forms a barrier, and like, yeah, he's just sealed now, and there's just this RAM device in the ocean, and it's like, alright, don't worry about it. Side note, it's time for plot now, holy crap.
Holy crap, it's good. Like, finally plot, and it's like, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so we do the whole thing, we deal with Dagomon, it's a fun little, like, they die in fun. It's a solid little, like, adventure. It's like, it's just sort of a big vibe moment, you know, where it's like, yeah.
It's the Lovecraft episode.
It's the Lovecraft episode. Could have been better, but whatever. At least they got the horror atmosphere down. And Tailmon just shows up, aka Black Godomon, aka Black Tailmon. And he's just like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm here with Hero's dad or whatever, and, like, Hero's dad just appears, and everyone's just here, and they're yeah.
I mean, Black Godomon doesn't say that. Black Godomon doesn't talk.
Right, yeah, but you know what I mean.
But, yeah, I do like that the implication is that it's delivering Hero's dad to them, because he's like, here, sign this thing. And as soon as Hero does, a portal opens and he steps out.
Yeah. With like Assistant Terriermon, who I should have got a thing for.
Yeah, he's wearing like a little lab coat.
Man, Assistant Terriermon is so good.
I love him, and he hasn't said a thing yet.
He's so good, though.
Black Tailmon.
Yeah,
Hoover is a long name.
Slot changed by this point, but it's just continuing because no show is good at slot. You expect Ghost Game to explain things, you silly man. Black Tailmon Uver is a long name.
So here's the thing. I think I glossed over the you expect Ghost Game to explain things. Usually they explain how they resolve a thing within the contained episode.
Yeah,
they usually do that
we have
much.
To do plot now.
We did an ancient Cthulhu ritual and contained Digimon. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
To be fair, Digimon's just an ultimate, so I completely believe this.
That was another thing. It's like, okay, guys, just go Mega. Just go Mega and whoop him. Just beat him into the ground.
This time on Digimon Ghost Game, somehow we have 2 episodes, including a tentacle fesh in one podcast.
Yikes.
Yikes.
One time they don't this for plot.
Oh, man. The one time they don't do it for plot. But yeah, so Blacktailmon just shows up, and it's like, oh hey, everyone's here. We see all the boys. Earlier in the episode, we see that the Labramon who has the lemon is okay. Just don't be alarmed. Lemon Labramon is still a good boy.
Also, I like the Floramon like telling the creepy fog story and like intentionally trying to be creepy, and then like Kyo is like, stop it, and the Floramon just kind of laughs at him.
Oh man. At least she didn't do the creepy thing where they put like an orange in their head and then do a weird little dance and squirt out their nose.
I'll be honest, I was waiting for that to happen. I was like, when is the Floramon gonna pour the tea out of its face?
When do we see that Floramon has no brain? It's just a flower face with an empty shell inside. With just an empty void between the outside, like, figments resembling eyes.
My new character for our upcoming Pathfinder campaign is a creature with an empty pumpkin head.
That's gonna be fun.
And he can put things in there if he wants.
Oh man. I know you're like there was like just talk out what my character is gonna be for that, but yeah, no, that's gonna be a fun one.
Last we talked, you weren't totally settled on, I mean, like human Dampier, but you were still working things out.
Yeah, I sort of looked things over and adjusted some stats. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm fine with this. This is pretty solid. I like having the potential ability to just rapid strike someone and then disarm them and then just mess them up even harder.
I still need to figure out my spells and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
Pathfinder, I was kind of down on Pathfinder and like changing what we were doing and everything. I'm a big enough man to admit that as soon as I started working on like the character, like you looking through the races and sub races and like classes and what everything does and everything, I'm a big enough man to admit that, hey, all of this sounds really fun.
Yeah, like it's complicated, but like as soon as I started understanding it, it started getting a lot more like interesting.
Yeah, I was worried about like race variety, but then it's like I can be a little plant man with a pumpkin head. Cool.
Yeah, because they have like heritages and stuff, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, you can make it more versatile. You can be a freaking cat man who's a vampire that like summons freaking bats at people or some crap. I don't know. You'd be like freaking monk that punches dudes and your like sidearm is a gunblade.
Yeah, my dude's gonna be a druid, but he's gonna be a fist fighter, which is like, I don't think D&D would really allow for that unless you took a whole bunch of weird feats.
Yeah, the D&D equivalent of that would be like you druid to level 2 or 3 to get wild shape and you just go all monk. And you become like not the best monk around, but you can just turn to an animal and just use your fist skills as an animal.
Well, my thoughts was like you get to the point where you can take some feats and then you take like martial artist or whatever.
Yeah, that's also doable.
But it's just like, no, druid is just naturally like good with their fists. And it's like, okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense when they're limited to not being able to use like metal weapons.
Yeah.
It's like it's like their options get severely limited. So yeah, of course they would learn to fight with their hands.
Yeah, there's a whole thing where like fighters get different like stances and then like go into stance and they have like openers for combos and like enders and shit, and it's like, okay, this is just cool. I actually dig this a lot now.
Yeah.
I like that fighters have things to do other than just spam attack all turn and then have like defensive stance or like, you know, like combo pathways into this or that and do other weirdo stuff with it. It basically makes every fighter into Battle Master, which is the only way I'd ever want to play fighter.
Can't wait to get an excuse to try to use my ultimate elemental annihilation beam or whatever it was called.
Yes. It's basically just Final Flash.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how this little thing about Floramon spun off into this whole Pathfinder tangent. Anyways.
So yeah, the digital world is gone now.
It's just gone.
This time on Digimon, every single character becomes homeless.
So I like this twist. I like that it's like, who is it? One of the Digimon is just like, I'm shaking. What is going on? Like they're freaking out. I think it's Clockmon.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to other Digimon, and it's not just Clockmon. All of them are freaking out. It's like they can all feel it, and it's like, and like we cut to Jellymon, and she starts crying, and it's like, ooh, I'm getting I'm getting like chills or whatever. Here's my problem. If this is your first Digimon series, we haven't hardly seen the digital world. You don't have any context for what's happening.
Yeah, you don't have any connection to the location, do you?
Yeah, all you know is that, oh, it's that place the Digimon are from, whatever. It's like, yeah, this is bad, or it's whatever. It's like, I'm having this reaction because it's like, I have this, like, connection to all these different series where we've seen the digital world.
Yeah.
So it only works if you're a longtime fan, I feel.
That's the weird thing is that it's like, this show really is just built only for the fans, isn't it? Because it's like, it's Monster of the
feels
Week,
like it.
where like everything is like, the mystery is as much what's going on as much as it's like what Digimon is causing that. And it's like the entire appeal of every episode isn't really like the characters or anything. It's just to see like a cool Digimon just be well animated. And like, you get stuff out of that if this is your first entry, but it feels like it's made more for just like people who are familiar with the series, which is weird because this isn't what I was wanting as a fan. I was wanting like an original plot with characters and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, hey, check out Zed Millenniumon. You remember him, right?
And the answer is probably no, because he's still kind of obscure.
Yeah, I hardly knew anything about him. Despite how, right, what did you say? Can you imagine if they were saying would have been if it happened halfway through the series or something? It wouldn't have. And so the problem, unless they changed the whole story, that would have been. So here's the thing. They never went to the digital world, and then all of a sudden, halfway through the series, it's gone. So what now? Everything just... Digimon would stop appearing in the human world unless they all appeared at once, and like everyone... And like the problem was finding them. Like the Digimon were waiting on a week, like for months sometimes to cause problems.
Yeah, we really need, like, because I don't know what they're playing or anything, but it feels like we really needed, like, a short arc where it's, like, the heroes go to the digital world themselves, and maybe that's where they unlock their megaforms or something, and you have, like, a thing with actual continuity, where, like, you know, they're, like, seeing Digimon who are problems, like, you know, maybe they're not seeing Digimon get sent over, but they're seeing, like, you know, abandoned towns, or, like, Digimon that are like the last ones left in their village and stuff, you know, people we care about who can like maybe even show up later after this. It's like, yeah, you go back to the human world, maybe like a few episodes after that, just for the sake of like building tension. And then this happens, and it's like, oh no, the digital world. We know that there are like, like towns and like civilizations and like culture and stuff that like matters to us that's being lost. This
Yeah.
like matters all of a sudden. It's not just one flashback in Gormon's episode with Digitamamon. It's like we're actually seeing like, what this place is like and what it means to these characters so we can like understand the stakes of this.
Without so the context will give a little bit away, I guess, and I don't want to spoil too much. But like, man, I wish we had finished Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah. We also still have the horror vibe too. Yeah, that would've been good. Like,
I mean, we're going to eventually, but
yeah. What's probably going to happen is I'm just going to finish Digimon World 3 and then start Cyber Sleuth with Peter and Phustus. Do the whole, like, each of us have 2 Digimon run thing we were talking about, which should be fun. And, once we get to the point where the streams ended off before, Lucky can hop in and it'll be like, yeah, let's end this for real.
Yeah. If I'm not so me and Lugia are gonna be playing River City Girls 2, I think. I don't know if it's gonna start this week or whatever, but we probably won't be playing it by the time you start Cyber Sleuth. But
yeah, that's gonna be a ways away because we're gonna have to go through the entire game again.
Yeah. Yeah. What I was getting at is like, I don't know. I might hop in on Thursdays occasionally if I feel like it. But
yeah, just where you want to.
Yeah. So yeah, but even then, that's gonna take. It's gonna take so long to get back there. Maybe I know that like we tend to do like voice acting things or whatever, but like it'd probably go faster if you didn't. Most characters talk on their own anyways.
If they talk, I won't be reading the thing, but I'll probably be engaging in some selective voice acting for some stuff just for the sake of it.
Okay, that's fine.
It'll depend. We'll feel it out. Because, like, if it's a blind experience for Pure and Phustus, I don't want them to miss out. But yeah, there's some stuff you can just probably skip past. It won't mean anything.
I mean, you can still read the stuff. I'm just saying, like, it takes a while to alternate people to read different lines and whatever. But yeah, I just can't wait for y'all to get back to wherever we were in Cyber Sleuth, because we were right. I had a whole bunch of interesting plot points. Okay.
Man.
But yeah. So what do we even? So the digital world is gone. So the rest of the series has to take place in the human world, I guess.
I do want to point out, like, as it's disappearing and stuff, as like things are going down, we do see that black spot appear on Gamamon again, which we seem to have established is like Gulus Gamamon's like power influencing him in some way.
Yeah,
like, that seems to be the connection. Yeah.
It also, so I agree, it shouldn't have come out for $60. It does have all the DLC that came out for it, though.
Yeah, I feel like that's fine. Yeah,
if that helps.
I'll probably wait for Steam to put on sale or something, but I don't know, I feel like that's pretty fine.
Yeah,
they're good at least. Still not worth it.
Yeah, I get it.
I'd wait for a like sale.
Hey, did you know that Hi-Fi Rush came out as a completely fully realized game with all of its content, and it came out for $30?
Oh man, Hi-Fi Rush sure is a good game.
Anytime a game like a re-release or something comes out at full price, I'm gonna be like, hey, Hi-Fi Rush.
I think that might be the funniest comparison, is that it's like, not this, but it's like Hi-Fi Rush came out for $30 and it's just amazing and everyone loved it. And like Hogwarts Legacy came out for $70 and it was like solid enough and it gets you harassed online.
Yeah.
For spoken for $70 yeah, that's the R one, because I think that was an R one that was like okay but not really worth the price markup.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hi-Fi Rush blew Forspoken out of the water in sales.
Oh yeah, easily.
Which is incredible.
Jeez, I hope it I'm sure it's a success, but I hope they like keep the company going.
I want the company in question is Square Enix, so yeah, I hope they don't shut down.
Oh no, I meant Hi-Fi Rush, because they're like the group that's like yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm hoping that game devs will look at Hi-Fi Rush and be like, wait, people like it when a game comes out and is a complete experience. And they'll buy it.
I'm not expecting that, but what I am hopeful for is that more games come out where they're like, yo, what? Rhythm elements in action games? That's pretty good. Yeah, maybe we do something with that.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, let's experiment with this.
It makes me wish that No Straight Roads had kind of blown up like Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah. It's like this, that, Crypt of the Necrodancer. Yeah, there's a good, like, track record of, like, good shit with that.
Metal Hellsinger, BPM, there was something else. I don't know. Yeah, rhythm game's good.
Yeah, rhythm game good. Also, Digimon.
I mean, there's not much else to talk about. Something is interacting with like that is something, I guess. Throughout the episode, they're having trouble getting like cell phone signal and like all this stuff, and it's like, oh, it's the fog. I don't think it was the fog. I think it was the digital world dying.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Because we zoom out on there's a zoom out of the entire planet. I don't think it's just Japan. And like all the lights go out. This is like a worldwide issue.
Yeah, every time it's like, I feel like this is the standard thing where it's like, oh, something's going with the digital world, so technology blackout. And every time it's like, this is like the biggest nightmare scenario. Because, yeah, there's so many people in hospitals and stuff where it's like, yeah, no, they're just gone, like, instantly.
Yeah.
Like, you have, like, a matter of minutes to get electric generators going, and some people aren't even gonna have that long.
Yeah. Also, it looks like, in the preview, it looks like some craziness is going on. At first, I thought we were seeing Kyo's bandaged hand, but and it was all, like, weird and staticky looking. But no, in the preview shot in the next scene, it's like, oh no, there it is. It's still bandaged up.
In spite of everything, I am still going to hold out the most, like, nothing, just foolish, like, naive optimism that Kyo's hand will lead somewhere.
Nah, it's nothing. It's nothing.
I need it to mean at least one thing. Next week, evil Kyo?
Yeah. Possessed by digital something or other. I don't know. All I can assume is like, okay, the digital world is dead, and then like, how would we even fix it from the real world? That doesn't make sense. And so they're gonna go into a portal into like the deepest layers of the digital world or something. Like it's like the digital world's code, or I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go into, like, the freaking, like, void area or some crap. The dark area, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, how do you fix this from the human world? Unless Hero's dad is like, oh yeah, I know a way.
Man, this is just gonna be like, there's gonna be a big bad and it like swallowed the digital world and we kill it and it just comes back.
So we have to destroy every Digimon and their code will reform the digital world.
Heroes just has to go over his problems with murder real fast.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, and like Digimon solutions and like plots usually involve some tragic turn. I wouldn't be surprised. It's like, yeah, they all have to die.
I'd be surprised if it's that extreme. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be that crazy, but yeah, we're definitely getting Gulus involved in this somehow. We're definitely gonna sync with him somehow, and then like, you know, I don't know, like my prediction, which is not based on nothing, is that like we're going to sync with Gulus for some reason, and then like he will fuse his mega form with Siriusmon, and it'll turn to the Ultra form to beat the big bad somehow. Like maybe Gulusmon will become his own entity in some weird way. And it'll be like, okay, now you have to work with him and fuse together.
You guys still know what's going on? I know what's going on, but you'll have to sync with me.
Just, what do you think the final boss is going to be? Or are you betting on, like, an existing thing or original Digimon?
I think it'll be original.
Yeah, I feel that too. I think it's gonna be something we've never seen before.
Yeah, as much as the series has been like, I mean, it has introduced new Digimon, but like as much as it's just been, hey, look, it's this old Digimon in a new scenario or whatever. It's like, yeah, they'll probably come up with their own new thing.
Yeah. Also, Moon Millenniumon's definitely gonna play a part somehow, because, yeah, that's a scene where it's like, obviously that's gonna be a plot thing.
Chekhov's Moon Millenniumon.
We're just gonna, like, where the final boss is going to be, like, a sentient black hole Digimon of some type. Like, it'll be based on the literal void of nothingness to, like, complete the space theme. And we'll have to chuck Moon Millenniumon into the event horizon to wake him up so that he can, like, blast open the way to its main body.
He can do Time Destroyer to destroy the black hole.
Yes. If that's actually where this goes, that would be amazing. This Chrono Destroyer on the black hole to just erase it from existence so that we can fight the big bad and just like we just nuke him with like the new Ultra. Hero just yeets him at it.
I mean, what's he got to lose? It's not like we have a connection to this crystal that is 100% undeniably evil.
We pull out, like, Wesengamamon, the green one, and Hero's like, oh, hey, do you think you can make a shot? Alright, I'm trusting you. And he drops Moon Millenniumon into his horn cannon so he can launch him at, like, Mach speed into the event horizon. We just do the strongest Sedna ever.
Oh man, that's something I forgot to talk about in the Digimon Frontier thing. Yeah. It's the moment where Lilamon picks up Masaru and fastball specials him at an Okuamon.
Ah, yeah, that's pretty good. Oh man, do we have anything else to say about Ghost Game? I feel like, you know,
I kind of wish we had gotten a little more, like, we got nothing with Hero's dad other than he came back. Hopefully that'll be remedied next episode and we'll actually get him to sit down and be like, okay, this is what's been going on.
Hero's dad is like a black void of like intrigue in the series.
Yeah, so he better sit his son and his friends down for a moment and be like, okay, I know what's happening and this is what it is, and we get some explanation.
Oh man. Yeah, hopefully. So yeah, can't wait for Hero's dad to do none of that. Yeah, Hero's dad's gonna be useless to the end, and that's gonna be
He
the
might.
joke. Oh, it's gonna
Yeah.
be so painful.
No, so he's got to know something though, because if he didn't, why would he be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, the digital world's about to like collapse. I need to go home."
He's like, Hero, I have important news for you. The digital world has been destroyed. That's all I know.
The other Digimon are just like, we could have told him that. Literally
Mummymon
any
face palms
Digimon.
in the background.
Yeah, that's the one who says it in the episode. It's like all these Digimon are freaking out and everything, and then it cuts to Mummymon, and she's like, "It can't be. The digital world is gone."
Probably does,
And
but he'd do the I want you to figure it out yourself.
that in itself is pretty wild, though. I think this is the first time that the digital world has just completely disappeared.
Yeah, because the destruction of the digital world, I just assumed was meant to be like the destruction of the real world too, right? Because it's like they're like interconnected.
I mean, I guess just not in this continuity. They can, I mean,
Yeah, right.
everything is its own thing, so they could just change it. But, yeah.
Man, we learned that the big bad was Megidramon. He finally did it.
Yeah,
Finally
it
pulled it off.
just some random War Groundmon evolved the wrong way one day, and it's like, oh no.
Honestly, if the big bad is like Shadow Chaos Gallantmon or some crap, like he just gets an upgraded form, it's just like Dark Crimson mode, that'd be pretty hype. I'd be up for that.
Is in Try, that was the threat, right? That the digital world was going to be destroyed.
Yes, it had to be rebooted.
Yeah, I mean that's usually the threat, I guess. But
yeah,
in Try, it was like
it off though.
Yeah, in Try, it was about to happen. It was like really close.
Like all the way back in Adventure with Apocalypse, when he tries to self-destruct, they're just straight up like, yeah, if we don't stop him, the digital world is done.
Yeah, okay. So it's come close several times, but this is the first time it's ever actually happened.
Hope we find out those Dark to Drop Fall Gulus. They're literally just going to be his underlings. Like, they're just there to kidnap Gamamon so that, like, he evolves to Gulus and Hero can't stop him. Most likely. Like, I think that's the only explanation right now. Because it's, like, the simplest one, and it's also the least interesting.
Yeah.
Like, there's not gonna be anything else to it than that. There aren't gonna be, like, you know, like, transformed Digimon or, like, you know, like, a cult or anything like that. There's gonna be, like, his underlings. Yeah.
I hope we get explanations. I'm not expecting it. I hope, though.
My expectations are, as always, through the floor, and that's already too much. Well, I guess see you guys next time.
Yep. Later.
Later.